today's class, let's go through exercise 3.5. We'll not be doing problems based on cross multiplication method as that method is removed from the syllabus. So the second question is, for which values of a and b does the following pair of linear equations have an infinite number of solutions? So here a pair of linear equations is given and the values of a and b is not known, and they have asked us for what values of a and b will this pair of linear equations give infinite number of solutions. So you know the shortcut method to find out the pair of linear equations that have infinite solutions, that is by comparing the ratios of the coefficients. So by comparing the ratios, if you get a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, then this pair of linear equations will have infinitely many solutions. That is, you will get infinitely many solutions for x and y. So in the question they have asked for which values of a and b does the following pair of linear equations have infinite number of solutions. So if you have to get the infinite number of solutions for a pair of linear equations, the ratio of their coefficients should be equal. That is, 2 by a minus b should be equal to 3 by a plus b equal to 7 by 3a plus b minus 2. Here the coefficient of x is 2, that is a1 is 2, and here the coefficient of x is a minus b. So a2 is a minus b. So a1 by a2 is equal to coefficient of y is 3. Here the coefficient of y is a plus b, and the constant is 7 here, and the constant here is 3a plus b minus 2. So if you want to get infinite number of solutions, then a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. That you have learned. Now find out the values of a and b. So when you take these two ratios, you will get 2 by a minus b is equal to 3 by a plus b. So when you cross multiply, you will get 2 into a plus b is equal to 3 into a minus b. That is, 2a plus 2b is equal to 3a minus 3b. So here when you take the coefficients of the same variable to one side, you will get 2a minus 3a is equal to minus 3b minus 2b. That is, 2a minus 3a is minus a, that is equal to minus 3b minus 2b is minus 5b, that is a is equal to 5b. Mark it as 1. Now use any other two ratios. Let's take these two ratios, that is 2 by a minus b is equal to 7 by 3a plus b minus 2. So when you cross multiply, you will get 2 into 3a plus b minus 2 is equal to 7 into a minus b. That is 6a plus 2b minus 4 is equal to 7a minus 7b. When you take the coefficients of the same variable to one side, 6a minus 7a is minus a plus 2b plus 7b, that is plus 9b minus 4 is equal to 0. So let's mark this as the second equation. Now substitute this value of a in the second equation. So you will get minus 5b, that is we have substituted the value of a as 5b, plus 9b minus 4 is equal to 0. Now you have got a linear equation in one variable, so it will be easy for you to solve. 9b minus 5b is 4b, minus 4 is equal to 0. So 4b is equal to 4. So b is equal to 4 by 4. That's equal to 1. So we have got the value of b as 1. Now substitute this value of b and get the value of a. So here a is equal to 5 into 1, that is 5. So the a value is 5 and b value is 1. Now just substitute these values of a and b here in the equation. You will get 2 by a is 5 and b is 1. So 5 minus 1 is 4. That is equal to 3 by a is 5 and b is 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. That is equal to 7 by A is 5 and B is 1. So 3 into 5 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. 16 minus 2 is 14. So here you can see this is 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. That is, we will get infinitely many solutions for this pair of linear equations when the value of A is 5 and the value of B is 1. The second question is, for which value of K will the following pair of linear equations have no solution? So by comparing the ratios, when A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 not equal to C1 by C2, that pair of linear equations will have no solution. So you have to write this and find out the value of K. So here when you write the ratios, it is 3 by 2k minus 1 and the coefficients of y variable is 1 by k minus 1 is not equal to 1 by 2k plus 1. So take these two ratios, you will get 3k minus 1 is equal to 2k minus 1. So 3k minus 3 is equal to 2k minus 1. So 3k minus 2k is equal to minus 1 plus 3, that is k is equal to 2. So when you take the value of k as 2, you will get 3 by 4 minus 1, that is 3 is equal to 1 by 2 minus 1, that is 1, that is not equal to 1 by 4 plus 1, that is 5. So here when the value of k is 2, this pair of linear equations will have no solution. The fourth question is, form the pair of linear equations in the following problems and find their solutions if they exist by any algebraic method. We have done a similar question in the previous exercise, so you can do this as homework. It's the same thing. You have to take the fixed charge as x and cost of food per day as y and try to form the pair of linear equations and solve using any method, that is either substitution method or elimination method. A fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator and it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to the denominator. Find the fraction. That is, you have to take the fraction as x by y and then frame the linear equations and find out the solutions. So the third question is, Yash scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. Had 4 marks being awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks being deducted for each incorrect answer, then Yash would have scored 50 marks. How many questions were there in the test? So here it's given Yash scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. So you have to take the number of right answer be x and the number of wrong answer be y. So let the number of right answer be x and let the number of wrong answer be y. When you total the number of right answers and wrong answers, you will get how many questions were there in the test. So let the number of right answer be x and let the number of wrong answer be y. So it's given Yash scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. So there are x number of right answers. So he is getting 3 marks for each right answer. So 3x. So for one right answer he gets 3 marks. So there are x number of right answers. So 3 into x minus, that is he loses 1 mark for each wrong answer, minus for one wrong answer. So 1y is equal to the total marks scored is 40 marks. That is, for each right answer he gets 3 marks and for each wrong answer he loses 1 mark. The total marks that he obtained is 40. So let this be the first equation. And in the second part it is said, had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer. That is, if he gets 4 marks for each correct answer, his marks will be 4x and 2 marks being deducted for each incorrect answer. So he will lose 2 marks for each incorrect answer. Then his total marks will be 50. So this is the second equation. Now you have to use any one method and find out the solution. So let's use the elimination method. So multiply this equation by 2. So you will get 6x minus 2y is equal to 80. Let this be the third equation. So now when you check these two equations, that is the second and third equation, you can see the coefficient of y variable is the same. So when you subtract the second equation from the third equation, you can eliminate the y variable. So our equation will be 6x minus 4x, that is 2x, minus 2y minus 2y, that is minus 2y plus 2y. So y will get cancelled, is equal to 80 minus 50 is 30. So x is equal to 30 by 2, that is 15. So he got x number of right answer, that is 15 right answers. Now substitute this x value in any one of the equations and get the y value, that is 3x minus y is equal to 40. So 3 into 15 minus y is equal to 40. 45 minus y is equal to 40. So 45 minus 40 is equal to y, that is y equal to 5. That is, he got 5 wrong answers. We have taken x as the number of right answers and y as the number of wrong answers. So he got 5 wrong answers and 15 right answers. So the total number of questions in the test is 15 plus 5. That is 20 questions were there. And out of the 20 questions, Yash got 15 right answers and 5 wrong answers. The fourth question is, places A and B are 100 km apart on a highway. One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the two cars? We have to find the speeds of the two cars. So it's given places A and B are 100 km apart. And one car starts from A, let this be car A, and another from B at the same time. And this is car B. It's starting from place B. That is, one car starts from A and another car starts from B at the same time. So they both are moving at the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. So the speeds of these two cars are different. So let the speed of car A be x and let the speed of car B be y. So we have to write, let the speed of car A be x km per hour and let the speed of car B be y km per hour. So the two cars are at different speeds, but they are starting at the same time. They will meet in 5 hours. So when they are going in the same direction with different speeds, they will meet in 5 hours. That is what is given. Suppose they are meeting at a place C. So the distance traveled by this car in 5 hours is, the distance formula is, distance is equal to speed into time. So the car A is traveling with a speed of x km per hour and the time taken to reach C is 5 because both the cars meet at C. So the time taken is 5. So the distance traveled by car A is speed into time, that is speed is x and time is 5. So the distance traveled by car A is 5x. So this distance is 5x. Car B travels this much distance, that is speed into time. So here the speed of car B is y and the time taken to reach here is 5. So 5y. Maybe this car is slow. This is traveling with a higher speed. That is why it travels a greater distance in 5 hours. But this car travels a lesser distance. That is, it has a low speed. So distance is equal to 5y. Now from this you can write the relation using distance as a parameter. That is 5x minus 5y is equal to 100. That is, this is 5x, the distance is 5x, and here the distance is 5y. So when you subtract 5x minus 5y, you will get 100 kilometer. That is the distance between the two places. So this is our first equation. Now in the second part it is said, if they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. So when they travel each other, suppose they meet like this. So here the distance traveled by car A is, distance is equal to speed into time. Speed is x and time is 1 hour. They meet in 1 hour. So 1x. And the distance traveled by car B is, speed is y, 1. So 1y. The distance covered is 1y. So you can write 1x plus 1y is 100 kilometer. That is, when they meet, the distance traveled will be 100 kilometer. So x plus y is equal to 100. So these are the two equations. Now you have to use the elimination method or substitution method and find out the solutions. So when you multiply the second equation by 5, you get 5x plus 5y is equal to 500. Let this be the third equation. And when you compare the first and third equation, you can see the coefficient of x and y variables are the same. Either you subtract or add. So let's add. So when you add, you get 10x is equal to 600. That is, x is equal to 600 by 10. That is 60. So 60 kilometer per hour is the speed of car A. Now substitute in any one of the equations and get the value of y. So x plus y is equal to 100. So 60 plus y is equal to 100. So y is equal to 100 minus 60. That is 40 kilometer per hour. That is the speed of car B. That is, car B travels at a speed of 40 kilometer per hour and car A travels at a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. The fifth question is, the area of a rectangle get reduced by 9 square units if its length is reduced by 5 units and breadth is increased by 3 units. If we increase the length by 3 units and breadth by 2 units, the area increases by 67 square units. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So here it's given, the area of the rectangle get reduced by 9 square units if its length is reduced by 5 and breadth is increased by 3 units. We have to find the dimensions of the rectangle. So the dimensions of the rectangle are the length and the breadth. Let the length of the rectangle be x and let the breadth of the rectangle be y. So it's given, the area of the rectangle get reduced by 9 square units. When the length of the rectangle is x and breadth of the rectangle is y, area of the rectangle will be x into y. That is, you have learned area of a rectangle is length into breadth. So here we have taken length as x and breadth as y. So area of the rectangle will be x into y. Now we have to find out the relation. That is, the area of the rectangle get reduced by 9 square units if its length is reduced by 5 units and breadth is increased by 3 units. So if you reduce the length by 5 units, the length is x. So the length become x minus 5. And if you increase the breadth by 3 units, breadth is y. So y plus 3. The area gets reduced by 9 square units. So when x and y are the length and breadth, the area is xy. When you decrease the length by 5 and increase the breadth by 3, the area gets reduced by 9. So this is our first equation. And in the second part it is given, if we increase the length by 3 units and breadth by 2 units, that is x plus 3 into y plus 2. That is, we are increasing both the length and the breadth. Then the area increases by 67 square units. That is xy plus 67. That is our second equation. Now you have to use any one of the methods and find out the solutions that you can do by yourself. You can either use substitution method or the elimination method. Thanks for watching.